Hello, many thanks for joining us on the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitobo. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has expressed its readiness to confront head-on the menace of scavengers, cultism and drug abuse as part of its strategies to ensure the security of lives and property of residents. This was the outcome of the FCT Security Committee meeting held on Tuesday, 16 February 2021. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Findings show that many scavengers operate their activities under the influence of hard drugs and perpetrate criminal activities. FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello disclosed that scavenging has become a major threat to lives and property and reiterates that their activities remain banned in FCT. He further said that there will now be an improved synergy within the security and intelligence community to tackle the challenge head-on.
Gradual breakdown of law and order in some of the communities arising from the influence of drugs, the cult activities of young people, and the activities of scavengers who in the past concentrated on vandalizing public facilities. But now, each time there is a crisis, you find that people of no known address, people without any means of livelihood, suddenly come up with arms and start fighting each other and killing each other. All this is done under the influence of drugs. So this is something we are going to confront head on.
FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliu warned private clinics running COVID-19 tests without reporting their findings to the relevant health authorities to desist from doing so.
A clear message to especially private clinics that are running the COVID-19 tests at their own risk, because many diagnoses are made without being reported and then they pose danger to the community at large. This is also a call notice for them to stop.
During the meeting, the security agencies briefed the committee on their plans and strategies to tame the tide of kidnappings, especially in communities. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, kidnapping has been an issue on the top burner in recent times in some parts of Abuja Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, with residents left bearing their minds over the worrisome trend as they appeal to appropriate authorities for action. Aina J. Auta has the details.
This is Abuja Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, a place where Ibrakoto, Gana, Hausas and Bagis are predominant tribes, with their major occupation as farming, business, and some are public servants. This area council has 10 wards. In terms of education, they are not left behind. They also share boundary with Nasarawa, Niger, and Kogi states. However, residents say there has been a disturbing issue in recent times, which is abduction of persons from their homes at night, after which ransom is being paid before they are released. This house, which is directly behind the Abuja Police Division, was attacked early hours of Sunday, the 14th of February 2021. There was exchange of fire between the police and the kidnap gang, which foiled their attempt of kidnapping this mother and her children.
The way I had these people trooping in is not something that someone can tell that you will be delivered from their hand. Some are climbing first. The one that entered break the gate, the padlock, and the others have access and they begin to enter. Just hearing their legs like herdsmen. Okay. They just entered. but very quiet. They are just trooping. When they started shooting, when this shooting was too much, so the police were shooting too, because you cannot approach the way they surround the whole house. Everywhere bullet. My neighbor that is there, the security in the other house, he saw they lined up on this side. At the back, there were many. And the other side, the people that are there, they saw them that there are many. Hearing the gun, I made a call. I said, Daddy, these people have come to our house. I now off my phone. So he's the one make calls to the police, call them, and then they begin to respond. So the shooting that the police were shooting helped seriously, because when they had the shooting, they now know that they are surrounded too. So they entered the room, searched. They did not see us. They now went out and said they are not around. They are not around.
Another kidnap incident is that of Naharati Sabo community. This happened at about 2 a.m. on 23rd of January, when unknown gunmen walked into the community and broke into various houses, abducting about 12 persons in all from this neighborhood, including 7 children from an orphanage.
When they knocked at my neighbor's door, I ran into the toilet, quickly picked my phone and called my husband, a police officer who was on night duty. Next, he buckled my window and asked me to come out. As I was coming out, police intervened. They took away 12 persons in all, starting from the orphanage. I would have been a victim too, except for the intervention of the police.
Residents of Naharati Sabo are now living in fear as they appeal for intervention to assist the security operatives in the area. They say safety in the area is a thing of the past. Ayinaji Auta, NTA News.
Still on security, the Inspector General of Police has deployed 150 personnel consisting of operatives from the Police Mobile Force, Counter-Terrorism Unit, and Special Forces to the Federal Capital Territory to reinforce the ongoing counter-kidnapping operations. Aina J. Auta, who was at the deployment ground in the FCT command, brought back this report.
The Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu, has launched a strategic operation called Operation Puff Ada 2, which involves the deployment of human and operational assets to address emerging security challenges and rid the country of criminal elements. This deployment within the Federal Capital Territory will strengthen security, dismantle and dislodge all criminal hideouts and kidnappers' camps, the Commissioner of Police Bala Chiroma reiterated.
The Inspector General of Police has graciously deployed 150 personnel consisting of operatives from the Mobile Police Force, Counter-Terrorism Unit and Special Forces to the Federal Capital Territory to reinforce the ongoing counter-kidnapping operations.
While addressing the 150 troops deployed to FCT, Bala Chiroma charged them to engage residents in the policing process.
The command will anchor on this operation to foster community policing and collaboration with sister security agencies. Hence, I charge all personnel deployed within the FCT to be professional, firm, dedicated, civil with law-abiding citizens, and ruthless to all criminal elements.
He, however, reassures residents on the commitment of the command to its mandate of protecting lives and property within the Federal Capital Territory, while expressing his gratitude to the Inspector General of Police and the Minister of the FCT for constantly supporting the command in delivering on its mandate. Ayina J. Auta, NTA News.
The enforcement team on city sanitation has cleared an illegal makeshift market along Galadima roundabout. Leader of the team and director, Abuja Environmental Protection Board, Hassan Abubakar, disclosed that the plot of land used for the makeshift market was officially allocated to a firm. Shuaibu Nozi Yakubu has the details.
This illegal makeshift market along Galadima roundabout did not only constitute nuisance but also encroach on a plot of land allocated to a firm. Traders at the market were given ample time to pack their belongings before any action.
A lot of traders, hawkers, kekena pipe, and okadas. There are so many of them here. So that is why we are here to remove them. It's not allowed. Nobody is allowed to trade around this place. No hawking, no trading, no kekena pipe, no okada. So we are clearing for the company now to come and continue their work.
Directorate of Road Traffic Services, Wadata Aliu Bodinga, warned motorcycle operators, popularly known as Okada, to desist from constituting nuisance along the axis and maintain their designated area of operation.
If you look at the operation today, it is as a result of incessant traffic gridlock, which is caused along the roundabout here, mainly because of the construction, yes, but equally largely due to some other nuisances that are taking place in the roundabout, which include, of course, but not limited to only hawking, but also the activities of keke napep, of Okada, and also some taxi drivers that are parking along the route and thereby reduce the road space.
It is hoped that with the clearing of the makeshift market, sanity will be restored to the ever-busy Galadima junction. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
And now to update on COVID-19. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 17 February 2021, indicates 58 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 18,799, while active cases stand at 6,922, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 11,739, and sadly, 138 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Every year comes with high expectations, plans, hopes, and positive thinking. Year 2020 was moving in that direction until in March, when the novel coronavirus shook and shocked the world. Hadiza Godwin Ebune samples the opinion of people mostly known as laborers.
Since the outbreak of coronavirus, many have lost their lives, with many out of jobs and businesses crumbling. The country was getting out of the first wave of the pandemic when the second wave came knocking. Again, many people lost means of their livelihoods. This set of people are known or called laborers, who earn their daily income by doing menial jobs. Without mincing words, they say they were affected by the pandemic.
Before Corona, we dey go work well. But since Corona starts, in fact, things hard well.
That time, no Corona, no anything. Tax for no, they worry us. Nobody can catch us. Even the day before yesterday, they come arrest like 10 people here. The one who no get this thing.
The customer, before Corona, they come here, carry many people go work. But in this time, there are many people which is fast like 10 days. No get any, even 5 naira, they not get her.
I'm a painter. Now painter they do. I don't see what do again. Now beg I beg to find 6 money job. I think they work well, but I don't see what which I go do. As I did, I never chose this money.
The artisans say they are optimistic that the world will be free of the coronavirus pandemic and the economy will pick up again. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. We now take some messages. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hold it! Me! I don't come out my hand from oil bunkering.
General, what you going to yarn? What did the yarn serve? I don't understand though.
Because they spoil our water and our environment. And they cause our people serious harm. Militants said, you know good. Me, I not do again Sam. Because why? Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Please cover your mouth with your bent elbow like this.
Auntie, cover my mouth for what? Corona don't go from Nigeria. I beg, Auntie, go disturb my life.
No. Coronavirus pandemic is not over. Don't relent in observing safety protocols and good hygiene. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Practice good respiratory etiquette, including covering your coughs and sneezes. Avoid close contact with a sick person. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces.
You are absolutely right. Coronavirus is still with us.
Please, and remember, coronavirus pandemic is not over. Protect yourself and others to stay safe.
This message is brought to you by NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station.
Glad to have you back. Commendation and goodwill messages have continued to trail the appointment of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as Director General of World Trade Organization. Amira Mohammed sampled people's opinion on this appointment of the first female Director General of WTO.
The World Trade Organization is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. Few days ago, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala became the first woman and African to be elected as the Director General of World Trade Organization.
There's no doubt Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is going to perform, because we have in Nigeria, we don't lack people with competence, and we believe that it will help in turning around many things in our country and Africa.
Every average Nigerian will be happy that for the first time in the history of since the inception of World Trade Organization, an African and a woman for that matter has attended that post. I personally, I am pleased because it shows that Africans that we are getting ready, to take over the world economy as well.
It will portray our economy in a positive way, and I believe that with a wealth of experience, it's going to help the country and going to help Africa.
If you look at our work rate over the years of service to the nation itself, you will find out that she is somebody that has this tenacity of making things grow.
With her proven credentials that cut across all different fields and experiences, Nigerians are optimistic that
Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala
will make the country proud in her new assignments. In Abuja, Amira Muhammad, NTA News.
Thank you, Amira. Similarly, the news of the nomination of Abdullahi Bawa by President Muhammad Buhari to serve as substantive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has continued to elicit comments from the public. These Hakimat Aliyu puts together in this report.
Following President Muhammadu Buhari's request to the Senate to confirm Abdulrasheed Bawa as EFCC boss, his profile has been reviewed by many, some of whom have this to say.
The nomination is timely, and I want to say, as a young Nigerian, this is what we need. If you look at the acts that established the EFCC, I think we need people that are vibrant.
It means that youth are now beginning to be part of the government.
And me as a person, I like it. It's a good idea.
What I'm expecting is to carry out their function diligently with dedication and commitment. To see that all aspects, private, government, politicians, individuals, citizens, to prevent them from perpetrating, financial crimes.
For me, as a Nigerian, is, somebody who doesn't like corruption, somebody who is desirous of seeing corruption being wiped out, is that I wish him all the best.
Aged 40, Abdurrashid Bawa is a trained investigator with vast experience in the investigation and prosecution of advanced fraud cases and economic crimes. While the comments continue to trend, as well as rising expectations relating to the fight against corruption in Nigeria, his nomination awaits confirmation by the Senate on the presidential request. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
Many thanks, Hakimat. The FCT National Orientation Agency has reminded Nigerians on the need to always eschew violence, embrace love, peace, and tolerate one another in the interest of national peace, growth, and development. Director NOA Mary Tanko gave this reminder during a media briefing in Abuja. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal reports.
With recent happenings threatening community and national peace, the National Orientation Agency is appealing to Nigerians, especially FCT residents, to desist from any acts capable of bringing disunity in the country, as Nigerians' unity is non-negotiable.
As we are celebrating love, we should fall in love with Nigeria. Nigeria is the only country that we have. We do not have any other country. Even if you go out of the country, outside the country to live there, you are still a foreigner. You will be regarded as a stranger.
The Director NOAA, Mary Tanko, further appealed to the peace-loving residents of the FCT to also be patriotic, be their brother's keeper, as well as adhere to all COVID-19 safety protocols.
As Nigerians, we should shun all acts of violence. And we should be very watchful of what comes out of our mouths. Hate speech should not be there. We should keep safe. We have had COVID-19. The second wave is on, and we want to call on residents of FCT and all Nigerians that we should keep safe. Protect yourself and protect others.
The director also called on Nigerians to respect constituted authorities and the laws of the land in order to sustain peace and development. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal, NTA News.
Selfishness, intolerance, greed, ignorance, and misapplication of truth have been identified as some factors fueling insecurity in the country. This was the submission of speakers at an interfaith peace forum with the theme, Teach Peace, Preach Peace. Hawa Gimba reports that the event was held at the FCT College of Education, Zuba, and was put together by the Cardinal Onaikon Foundation for Peace in collaboration with the Federation of Muslim Women Association, Form 1, FCT chapter.
Acknowledging that progress is never made in an atmosphere of confusion and enmity, and war does not determine who is right, just who is left, these religious organizations to win hearts through persuasion, as well as encouraging peaceful coexistence irrespective of religion or tribe affiliation. They preach one Nigeria and one people before God.
Verse 108, Allah the Most High has cautioned and strongly warned that never you insult any other person that worships another being other than your own.
But I want to equally let us know that Jesus came as a Prince of Peace.
Social media can be a scary thing for parents. However, with proper supervision, social media for kids can prove to be a helpful tool in the house.
FCT Minister of State represented commended the Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, FCT, and the Cardinal Onaikan Foundation for Peace, saying this kind of forum is apt.
They are the leaders of tomorrow. And as leaders of tomorrow, the tomorrow must be prepared from today.
Peace is what we need. Without peace, we are doomed.
Where there is justice, there will be peace.
Provost College of Education Zuba, Grace Nana Matoidin, added a role on the need for youths and all Nigerians to preach peace at all times.
Christianity and Islam both preaches peace, love and tolerance.
Identifying that the youths are highly vulnerable and easily affected by what goes around them, either positively or negatively, Islamic and Christian clerics were on hand to talk on the effects of social media on children and the role of parents and teachers. Hawagimba, NTA News.
And talking sports, the Tigers defeat South Sudan to qualify for 2021 FIBA Afro Basketball Championship as Waldron signs agreement with NFF. Details with Hakimat Aliyu on Sports Brief.
The new head coach of the women's national team of Nigeria, Super Falcons, Randy Waldron, yesterday signed his contract with the Nigerian Football Federation as he started his work with the 9-time African champions. The simple ceremony took place at the Super Falcons Emir Hotels, abode in Antalya, Turkey. President of the NFF, Amaju Pinnick, affirmed the belief of the football governing body in the ability of the 64-year-old American to propel the Super Falcons to a higher level in women football's global ranking. Nigeria's national male senior basketball team, the D-Tigers, became the first team to qualify for the 2021 FIBA Afro Basketball Championship after defeating South Sudan 75-70 points in Monsatir, Tunis, calling 24th slam title. With Sports Brief, Hakimat Aliyu, NTA News.
And now a quick reminder. Please continue to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols to keep safe and protect your loved ones. And that concludes the news at 1. Thank you for being a part of it. Join us at 7 for more news. Good afternoon.